stayed here last night, right on the, actually I'll walk down here. We stayed right on the bank, just down from the Archer River Roadhouse on the Archer River. I didn't get any video or anything while we were in Weipa. I've got a little bit of drone footage and some photos which I'll put in now. Now took the boat out for a fish, went to the pool, went to the cultural centre. Look, not sure if I'd go to Weipa again. We were going to do one of the Western Cape eco tours, which I've heard is really good, but we decided to leave a night early and we're heading up to the we're heading down at the moment to hopefully Mossman today, and we're going to spend a few nights in the Daintree, and we're going to do like a nature tour and see some crocodiles and stuff there. Weipa was like 35 degrees, hot at night, really humid. Campground toilets and stuff were pretty rough, honestly. The pool at the campground, we didn't really bother too much with that because it was just like genuine, like it was human soup. So yeah. So yeah, I didn't really get much footage. There wasn't too much really to show off there. Would have liked to have done the mine tour, but yeah, look, we didn't end up doing that. We hot-tailed it down to here, about 250k southeast, and yeah, so once again, here we go. So this was camp for the night. Pretty special. The boys are all playing there. We got the fire pit going. That's our camp right there. We're still hitched up, we're just packing down now. Got the fire pit going. We did steaks and sausages on the fire pit for dinner. This morning did pancakes on the little gas stove. Yeah, and so today we're going to try and see how we go. Look, if we don't, we've got a day up our sleeve, but we're going to try and get ourselves down to Mossman, do some restocking, camp somewhere down there, and then yeah, we're in the Daintree for 3 days, so should be heaps of cool footage and things there. I got the drone up last night over this campground and it's just spectacular, the sunset. So yeah, I'll chuck some of that in, and yeah, I'll probably see you next at or next updates will be yeah, wherever camp is tonight, I guess. So we've just pulled up and set up for the night just outside Mount Malloy, Red River or something. I'll put it somewhere there, the actual name of this rest stop, but that's quite a nice little spot. We've pulled in just there in between some trees. There's a good toilet block, there's a cold shower and a dump point. The cold shower is pretty filth, I don't think we'll be doing that, but it's busy, it's packed. But that's probably one of the main, like we're on one of the main roads up and down from the Cape. So I think we're 160 k's out of Cairns, 30k drop tomorrow morning. We're going to get up early and head down into Mossman. We're going to do the Mossman Gorge tomorrow, which will be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for that. And then yeah, we're going to go across the ferry into the Daintree. We've got 3 nights over in the Daintree there. We're going to do some exploring, see if I mean, it seems pretty dry, so hopefully we might get to do the crab, or a bit of the crab, or the full crab. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty excited to have a crack at that. But yeah, that was us today. It was pretty, like, it was just a day on the road. We smashed out from Archer River, stopped at Laura for lunch, and yeah, just came right through to here. So we left at probably 10ish, I think, maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, probably 10 o'clock, and yeah, didn't pull up here till 4:30ish, or maybe even close to 5 o'clock. So it was a decent day on the road, but nobody's too tired. We're all doing all right. And here's sugarcane trucks. So yeah, the sugarcane trucks rolling by. So hopefully there's not too many of them tonight and we get a decent sleep. As you can hear, it's pretty loud, but yeah, it's all going well. So anyway, I'll get some photos and videos tomorrow, which will be a bit more interesting. Today we'll come down the mountain today, down to Mossman, and we're just here in Moston Gorge. Beautiful. Short and easy walk. Like, you get a shuttle bus up to the gorge from the visitor centre, and then it's yeah, then it's a short and easy walk. Unfortunately, the main lookout, which is further up the gorge up that way, is closed, but it's still quite beautiful. Let's see if we can see some of these fish. Very cool. It's pretty brisk water, so we'll see if I decide to jump in or not, but you know, if you're here, you may as well. So yeah, very cool little spot. Well, I couldn't resist. As Tyler Thompson says, you always feel better after a swim. And look, that just looks too nice. It is bloody cold, but I've been battling with this bloody sinus infection, and any chance to feel a little bit better, I'll give it a crack. Oh, there's a little catfish down there. That's awesome. All right. Oh shit. Woo. Just fly myself up. One, two. Oh. Oh, it's cold. Oh, look at all these fish. I'm surrounded by fish. Cold, but worth it, I reckon. Freezing cold, but probably not quite the coldest water I've been in. So, yeah, feeling better already. So, we've just driven along a portion of the Bloomfield track this morning. We left camp, which I'll get a little bit of footage of if I haven't already, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, we drove along probably 20k of the Bloomfield track, and we've come up to a nice little creek called, I think it was Imogen Creek, and ooh, it's gotten dark. Anyway, yeah, we are just going for a little bit of a walk down from where we parked the car through the scrub here. Apparently there's a really nice waterhole for a swim, so we'll check it out. This campground that we're staying at is awesome. Playground, there's there a wildlife sanctuary too, so there's wallabies and some cassowaries. There's a big bushwalk, turtles, birds, everything. It's really, really cool. It's a really nice grassy spot too. Pretty basic amenities, but that's all you need. Everyone there is really nice, and the lady on reception, really, really informative, gives you all the hot tips on the good spots to go. So she told us about this place, and so yeah, we're coming to have a squiz. We've booked in for a croc tour tomorrow, which we're pretty excited about, so that'll be good. Yeah, but slept like a beast last night. Just had a movie downloaded on the phone. Sat outside for a bit after dinner. We cooked up burgers. All had burgers. The kids went to sleep easy. And then, yeah, I think Zoe went in to read a book. I watched a bit of a movie sitting outside and then went to bed, and yeah, that was it. Slept like an absolute beast. So it was good. Rob and Kate, unfortunately, are not with us anymore for this part of the trip. They cut theirs a few days short. They're not doing the Cape Trib area with us, or the Daintree section with us. Kate was unfortunately quite crook, and you know, they've got like a 1-year-old. Yeah, she was just exhausted and had a bit of this head cold thing happening, that like sinus infection and stuff. So real bummer for them. But yeah, they only live in Cairns, so from our camp up the mountain, they're only like an hour and a half out of home. So they made the call yesterday morning to head home. We split from them. And we'll see them. We're going to pass by their place on the way back down. Just during the day, we might stop there for lunch, pick up our winter stuff that we haven't needed, that we left at theirs, and yeah, then we'll head on down, start heading on down south. Apparently, the old boy's been messaging me. The COVID situation is flaring up, unfortunately, in southeast Queensland. So luckily, I've got the ARB long-range tank in the BT. I've got the poly tank, the newer version, not the metal tank. So it holds 145, 150 litres. So what I'll do is, I'm able to fill that up at, we're going to stop a couple of nights at Harvey Bay. I can fill up there, and I won't need to fill up again until New South Wales. So we won't need to stop in southeast Queensland at all, which is nice. So hopefully we can avoid that and avoid needing to do any quarantine or at-home isolation or anything. So yeah, anyway, that's sort of the update at this point. I'll get a little bit of this this bushwalk, and yeah. Ooh, there's a few little spots. What are you? You right, Koopy? Yeah. Yeah. You walk through first. You going, buddy? You're on camera. Say hello. You gonna say hello? You wanna wave hello to the camera? No? Righto. Looks like a pretty well walked path.
Hello.
Hey! You excited for a swim?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you have a good sleep last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite part of our campground? Is that termites? Yep, they're termites. See how they're building their little tunnels?
Yeah.
So they usually do that on trees, or underground, but they're obviously going between some trees or something. That's pretty cool. Come on, boys. Don't touch them. Leave them be.
So this must be a river.
No, this is a footpath, but we are going to swim in a river, buddy.
Hopefully.
We will. We can hear the water. So, I think we're close. Oh, I can see a bit. Yeah. Some of these trees, like I know there's a bamboo and it's a pain in the butt, but very, very cool. Here we go. There it is. I can see a swimming hole just up there. Awesome. Oh, there's a tree swing and everything. That's so sick. There's a couple of swimming holes. There's a little one down there. Oh, this is ridiculously nice. And we've got it all bar a couple of people up there, pretty much all to ourselves. Feel good? Ooh. Did you wear your thongs? I'd just sacrifice insurance, in all honesty. And just... You have spare.
What are we going to do?
Go for a swim. Down here.
I'll go swim into the deep end and come back.
Okay. How after yesterday, it's not cold.
Go, James, dive in.
Hey, I can stay up here.
How deceptively deep. Very cool spot. Big, big. I think it's a pandanus. How cool is that? I've never seen one this big.
I want to stand next to the tree so you can see how big it is.
Look at that, boys. It's huge, isn't it? I've never seen one that big. Crazy. Very cool. So we've just been down the road to the local ice creamery, just down from our campground. They grow all their own fruits and do all their own ice creams, which is pretty cool. But just up the road before we go back to camp, I'm a bit of a tea fiend. The Daintree Tea Company, and they've got an honesty box. So wow, that is chock-a-block, and 50 tea bags straight off the farm here. $4. Can't go wrong with that. So you can see they've got pictures around here of the tea harvester and all their plant and equipment and things, and they've actually got a little bit of the plant and equipment, the tea rollers and you know, the extractors and stuff like that here. But just out around where we are, tea. So all that paddock over there, that's all tea, goes way down the back. That's all tea there. Looks like there's some more paddocks up the hill. This looks like it's been fairly recently harvested to me, but I don't know what I'm talking about. But tea leaves. That's pretty cool. Heaps of it. Heaps and heaps and heaps of tea. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And cheap. Like, there was a place just up the road and they had these boxes and bags of tea from the Daintree tea going for $8 a pop, whereas they sell it direct from the farm here at $4 a pop. So if you're here and you don't mind tea, give it a crack. Like I said, I don't drink tea. Sorry, I don't drink coffee. My wife's always mad on coffee, but not me. I'm into my tea, so yeah, nice little pick up, that one. Oh, we got up this morning, had a cruisy-ish morning, get ourselves ready. Come up to the Daintree Discovery Centre, the Rainforest Centre. We've just not even made it in yet, and the boys have spotted a dinosaur that apparently lived here once upon a time.
The boardwalk's down below.
And yeah, we'll come in and check out what it's all about. So we've come into the Discovery Centre. There's a boardwalk down and around there that goes through the rainforest, a little bit higher in it, and this is a tower. So we head on up, have a look from the canopy of the rainforest. They also give you these things, which are, there's like numbers all the way along, like, there you go. So you'd key in 19, and then it gives you information about the what you're looking at, or particular tree or something like that. So yeah, very cool. Hey, we'll grab some more footage when we're up the top.
This was our darling. This is the top of the rainforest.
We just made it. Level 4, apparently 112 steps. And we're up in the top.
Where's the dinosaurs?
Back down the bottom, buddy. We'll go see them soon.
We'll go see them next.
Nice view from up here.
What number?
You look
Oh,
right down. It's a little bit to the boardwalk, deep down in there. Very cool. What do you reckon, boys? Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We've been to see the parrot.
Oh, nice. Oh, very cool. And also, look, well, just down on the next level, there's like all these science boxes, I guess, research station boxes for the James Cook University. And I'm not sure what they're monitoring. They've got all monitors happening here for the rainforest. So apparently a lot of study gets done out of here on the rainforest. So yeah, pretty cool. So just had to listen to number 15 on this bad boy, which it says 15 over there or something. But so these are carbon flux and radiation sensors. So what they're doing is, apparently when a rainforest is healthy, it absorbs more carbon than it releases. When a rainforest is in distress, more carbon comes out of the rain. It actually releases carbon back out in the atmosphere. So what they're doing is they're doing a long-term project monitoring the carbon coming in and out of the rainforest, as well as any radiation. And yeah, it's very interesting stuff. Yeah, not to know how that all works, but much smarter than me. There you go, see that?
Yeah, she has one silent between Alright guys, up you come, yeah?
Hold my hand, Koopy.
You work?
Thanks, buddy.
Up you go, guys. Good on you, sir. Up you go.
James, you go with Mum.
Up you go, guys.
Thanks, mate. Up we go, Koopy. Down, down, down. Good boy. Oh, here we go. Let's jump on this one. Come on, Kippy. In you go. You guys gonna sit in front? Okay, you want to sit there? Okay. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the big landslide up there. You don't know, better. Daintree. Oh, the fishies down there. They've been chased by something.
You might have to sit on Daddy. Oh, well, no, I don't mind. You sure you don't want to? Oh, look, the things I've done.
Yeah. This is the Daintree Wilderness Cruises. So we're on. This is the Cooper Creek. We'll go up. Hopefully we see some crocs and some other bits and pieces. Very cool. What do you reckon, James?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to see?
What do you want to see?
Crocodile. Crocodile.
Reckon we throw you in, feed you to one?
Mine.
Yeah. Bloody hell, they're not made for lanky people. When these are in that one. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's been me here for 30 years. So 30 years ago, most of the females are 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
What's an 8, 9? What's an 8, 9? Oh, yeah.
Throw some beta.
Hey?
Throw some beta.
Birthday?
Throw some bait.
Hey?
So, big male one here.
There's no females. They've only got the one female. I don't know what's going on.
That is a big bit of
Didn't
kit.
see this guy yesterday. You can see he's only just got out of the water. See where his slide comes up there?
See the
Yeah.
slide marks?
So he's only just got out of the water. Pretty well. Probably he's still wet on the tail and that. Probably and on the legs. So probably only 20 minutes ago he got out of the water.
How old would one?
Probably in his 60s.
See the
Trying to hang on to his looks like me. Terrible. I've got to come all this way up just to find another crocodile.
That's alright.
Tough.
So they can see him. Wow.
He's a big bit of kit. What do you reckon, James? What do you reckon?
Pretty big.
Cooper, what do you reckon?
So on the way back, I reckon we should be able to pick up another 2 or 3, you know, but I don't know where they are.
Oh wow, you've got better ones. Yeah.
So we've just finished up the croc cruise. Pretty cool. We ended up seeing four crocs. Everything from a big male just sunning himself right through to we saw like a really small, still 8 years old, but maybe a metre and a bit long, and saw it managed to get itself a feed of I'll better get the hat off in here. Feed a mud skipper, which was very cool. So now just on the way back through to the car park. We're going to go to the park where we were yesterday. Boys can have a play. There's a reception there, so Zoe can do some work. Get some hot chips to go with our chicken wraps for lunch, and yeah, so that was a nice way to spend the morning. The Daintree Discovery Centre and yeah, the croc or the eco cruise. So very cool. So there's a little bit of footage there. We've just walked down to the beach here at Cape Trip. Bit cloudy this afternoon, bit of cloud coming over. So we'll see if that blows away again, but if it doesn't, it doesn't really matter. We've had a pretty nice day. Just going for a bit of a walk along. Boys and Zoe down there. We'd stopped at the local car park just in Cape Trib there. James and I went and chilled out on the grass. Cooper was asleep, and Zoe got a bit of work on the road done. Yeah, so that's sort of when we're in reception, it's probably an hour or so a day where we pull up. It's usually when Cooper's asleep. Leave him in the car. Zoe sits there in the car with him, aircon running if it's too hot, and yeah, James and I go do something, and it just gives Zoe a chance to catch up on a bit of work and stuff like that. James and I have a bit of fun, but it was a pretty chilled out day today. Went you know, to that swimming hole, croc tour, and the Rainforest Discovery Centre. Yeah, this afternoon we're just going to get back, start packing down some camp. We're going to take off early tomorrow, more early-ish tomorrow morning. I've just booked in. It's a bit cheating, but I have not been able to catch a barra up here myself in the wild. So there's a place just over the other side of the Daintree River called Hookabarra, and it's pretty good actually. It's, I think, 56 bucks it was for an hour session. They supply all the gear and stuff. They won't let you use your own gear because it risks their biosecurity, because it's effectively a big barra farm. And yeah, you can go for gold fishing for barra, so hopefully I can bloody catch one there. They reckon they've got up to 1.2 metre barra there. Whether or not I catch a fish that big, I don't really care. I'm just going to catch a bloody barra. Whilst it's cheating, it should maybe give me, they run through techniques, lure types, rig types and things like that. It might skill me up for or prepare me for maybe next time. Or look, there's apparently some barra cruising around as far south as the Gold Coast, so could give me the I could have just been using the complete wrong lures and techniques up here. So yeah, we'll do that. They let you keep your fillet and keep your catch for 14 bucks a kilo, I think I saw on their website. Depending on how big of a fish I catch, I may do that. But look, eating a barra that you catch at a barra farm kind of feels like cheating. You may as well just buy a fillet from they have a store there where you can buy fillets and things as well. So we'll see what we do tomorrow, see how excited I get. But yeah, so that should be good. So we're doing that tomorrow. Then we're down into just dropping buy cans by Rob and Kate's, just to get our winter gear, because we're starting to head back south and it's cold down there. So we'll get our winter gear back from their place we left there, that we just did not need up at the Cape. So at the moment there's only, I think, one COVID case in Cairns, so hopefully we don't see any more of that in the news tomorrow morning. We'd like to get through Cairns, get through sort of you know, the central sort of coastal area of Queensland there, get ourselves down eventually to Harvey Bay, where we'll fill up and everything like that. I've got an ARB long range tank that will get me right through to New South Wales. I think I've already said that in a different little video that I recorded, but that'll get me far enough so that we don't have to stop anywhere in southeast Queensland. It would be nice to see some friends there that we've got, but yeah, I can't afford to be getting home and then staying in like home isolation or something like that, because I think New South Wales currently has southeast Queensland as a hotspot. Don't know, I could be wrong, but I just don't want to really risk it at this stage. I've had long enough out of the office that I need to be getting back in there when I need to be getting back in there when we get home. So yeah, so we'll do that. I'll get some more. We might have a bit of a fight tonight, we'll see how we go. I'll get some footage tomorrow, going back over the Daintree, pack up, and then yeah, hopefully catching a bloody fish. I've had a thought as well, I'll try and do like a bit of a rig rundown of the BT and of the caravan and stuff like that in our setup. Some people might be interested in our setup and what I've done. She's certainly done the trick for us, a family of 4 on the road for the past, well, for this 5-week stint. We could keep going, no dramas. It's been really good. So I'll probably also get Zoe to do a bit of a spreadsheet of what we've spent on the trip as well, so anybody looking to do a similar sort of trip for the Cape, you can see what it costs. So far the most expensive fuel we paid for, it was at Bramwell, and it was $2.05 a litre for diesel. So not cheap, especially when you're filling up a big tank, but them's the breaks when you're doing a trip like this. So yeah, anyway,